Everybody, it's been a minute since we've done some dual sport kind of stuff, so I had a bunch of people asking me trying to figure out, what kind of mods I've done performance wise and all that. I've got a bunch of clips and all that, kind of give you all a gist of what I've done. Done the Airbox mod, got the Euro tune done to it, got the slip-on exhaust, and then I've capped off the emissions thing to keep the bike from backfiring and all that. But I got a bunch of clips, stuff like that. I'm going to show y'all where I've done these mods, kind of give you an idea of how to do it yourself. We sent off the ECU, try to get it reprogrammed and everything for deleting the emissions and doing the exhaust, taking the reeds out of the airbox, all that kind of fun stuff. So we got a box today, and pretty much what I got is, here's my ECU right here, you can see that, and then I got all the fittings and screws and everything, brass washers to cap off all the emission stuff. So, and this is for off-road use only, just an FYI. Once I get done doing this video, I'm going to put it all back so I can go back out on the street and everything, but yeah, just letting you know that's what I'm doing. So for the most part, you got to take this off this, take off the gas tank. To remove this cylinder and all this up here, you got to unbolt this bracket where the exhaust is and everything, and we'll get started on that. So first step is you pop off this side cover right here, and then the air filter that sits right here, it's got a little pin right here and a little pin right here. Up top, I don't know if you can see that, up there, that little kind of white looking clear piece where it pins in there, and then you can kind of pull this tab right here down to unpin the bottom one. This comes out. Once you've got this out, then for the Airbox mod, this is the reed right here. Obviously it's going to be in a little further whenever you're working on it, but then this little plastic piece will actually be facing like this in there, and they say to take like a little X-Acto knife, kind of cut the glue around the edge of this. This will kind of come right off pretty easy, and then you got to pry to pull these reeds, which looks just like, say, like the two-strokes, old two-strokes. Alright, so you take those two screws out from the header. Go ahead and take this spring off too, because you're going to have to take the the header pipe off to access, I don't know if you can even see it, but there's a little hose that connects in there. You got to take that off and then install one of these to block that off, so we can get all these hoses that connect in here. Take all these hoses off, pull these out, pull this off, and get all that junk off, and then we can go back to installing the screw there, screw here, bolting all this back up, plug the ECU in, and do the sequence to get this thing ready to rock and roll. So let's do that. If you haven't saw that video, the comparison between the stock and this one, the sound, and then pulling the the little tip in there, spark arrestor. Check it out. Looks like I need to watch a video on how to take this off. On top of all this, taking the shock loose to turn this around, you got to pull this out of the header for it to get past everything. You got to take this off, and you got to get your shock, get it out of the way as well. And then, what do you know? Finally, header's out. Just to give you an idea of what all I've had to do. Just get a step back. All of this, just to get this off, which I'll do real quick. Get that off of there. Doing this with one hand, so bear with me. Just to get to this hose and that little fitting right there. All of this to get this off and the motor bracket. Whew, Lord save me now. Brass fitting right here. This is what we got to get out now. Get old Faithful out. Alright, when you're trying to reinstall this bolt into the top of the shock, it's actually like it drops down, so you got to pick it up. I just stuck my jack underneath the tire and just get it pretty easy to line up once you've done that. So just a little tip, if y'all were wondering, to take the subframe and fold it up like that to have you easier to work on, you just have to loosen the band from the boot onto the carburetor, fuel injection, you know what I mean. Loosen that little flathead screw up, take these two, this one and the one on completely other side, take those out and literally just folds right up. Just watch this. When you come back down, you got to fold it in and you'll have it all put back together pretty quick. Right here is going to be all the parts you take off of a 2017 FE350 to remove the emissions and everything. All your little vacuum lines is literally every single piece down to a zip tie. Straps that hold a hose to the frame. This whole bracket and everything. Where I know like the bigger bikes are like the screws like right here. And then you cap where that is, but this comes on the FE350. So this is the whole bracket. Take that off. Here's your reeds, a little plate held it in there. This barb and everything, just be careful with this because I've been told that these will break off. So I took my time, sprayed a couple times WD-40, worked it in, back out, till it came all the way out without breaking. So yeah, that's it. We have the emissions completely deleted on this bike. That's pretty much how you do it. Like I said, you plug in the new ECU, tune, whichever kind you go with, plug it in. I was told to let it idle without revving or anything until the fan kicks on, let the engine get hot, cut it off when the fan starts working, let it sit for 2 minutes to cool, crank it back up. As soon as you crank it, wide open throttle, one good rip, turn it back off, you're good to go. So that's going to be it. That will complete the video of doing the delete kit. Hope you enjoyed it. When you spin a bearing and scar everything up, and y'all feel like building a whole new motor, just try a little sanding. I hope and pray when it goes together it works.